Listen, I'm gonna try my best to be Picasso today and paint this picture. Imagine you're in the deep woods, following the sound of the wind. You can hear the leaves just fluttering and the branches just crackling. And you get to a point where you lock your eyes on this beautiful oak tree where you believe your prize is. Perhaps it's a squirrel, or the last golden egg is hiding. And after all of your efforts, you climb this tree only to find nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you don't know now, now you do. You were barking up the wrong tree. You're all welcome. You're more than welcome.
The Project Porch.
Welcome, man. You already know. Welcome to the Project Porch. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Ooh, it don't change. It's big old business. Listen, barking up the wrong tree applies to our life on the regular. Whether it's relationship, careers, whatever. We spend so much time, energy, passion chasing things that ultimately don't serve us. Why? This is a real question. Why? From my personal experience, I believe we've misunderstood the path. We've ignored the signs. And to be truthful, a lot of us are just too stubborn to admit the tree we barking up isn't the right one. Let me get a little hit of this coffee, man, real quick. Oh yeah, that does the body good. In the beginning, I played Picasso. Now I'm Bob the Builder, man. Before we build, let me break down how we got to the wrong tree in the first place. Often it starts with misaligned priorities. And I'm not the one to point fingers. I'm a victim too. We live in a world that glorifies busy work, titles, and appearances. We think if I get that job, buy that car, or live in this neighborhood, I finally have a piece of the pie. But if we honest with ourselves, we rarely ask deeper questions like, is this what I truly want? Or am I chasing someone else's dream? Man, how many of us went to college? Me? And I flunked out every time. How many of us pursued a career? Me? Or how many of us got into a relationship because it was what we were told was right? Me, and me. It's a me, Mario. And after all of this building, we come to a place to where we get to where we desire, which is the top of these things we've built, just to realize, hey man, this wall leaning to the wrong side. The consequences of barking up the wrong tree. We don't just waste time, we drain ourselves mentally and emotionally. It's like think about pouring water into a bucket full of holes. You wasting time and energy because it'll never fill up. I mean, oh my goodness, this is so true when it comes to relationships. Sometimes we bark up the wrong tree because we're looking for validation, love, and acceptance. But I say this with a big old but. More like my brother butt. Shout out to Balloon Booty Twan, man. I mean, shoot, bro, you got it on you. You got it from your mama. But if we constantly chase someone else's approval or stand in toxic situations, we're neglecting the one relationship that matters most. And you know, that relationship is always that relationship with ourselves. And this isn't just about relationship. This is about business too. It happens in business and in entrepreneurship. Many of entrepreneurs fall victim to thinking success is about status and money. But what happens is if you lose sight of your core values, you'll find yourself successful on paper, but ultimately empty on the inside. Trust me. There's nothing worse than achieving a goal and a goal that don't fulfill you. Now, let's start to build a little, man. Shifting our focus. How do we stop barking up the wrong tree? It starts with self-awareness and the willingness. I say this all the time. If you've seen the past video, I stress this. Being willing to pivot and stop asking yourself bogus questions like, will this make me look successful? Ask yourself real, honest, truthful questions like, does this align with my core values? Will this bring me joy? Because this one shift can save you years of frustration. Be open-minded, be willing to change. Because sometimes what's happening is we find the wrong path and we begin to stay on that path because we fear starting over. We fear the people judgment or we fear failure. I mean, you gotta, man, look, forget all of that because the longer you stay on the wrong path, the harder it's gonna be to find the right one. It's okay to pivot. It's necessary. Follow your gut, not the crowd. Society will always have the perfect tree you can embark up on. Whether it's financial goals, career expectation, your tree may look different. That's okay. Your check engine light might not be on in your car. Mine is. I mean, I gotta get that checked out. Yeah, can it? You remember when the old heads used to say back in the days, man, I can't even say old heads. Well, my head old itself. But you know, our elders used to say, when you know, you know. Recognizing the right tree. When you're at the right tree, things feel different. It doesn't mean there isn't hard work. Of course, there will always be challenges, but the work feels meaningful. You're climbing a tree not out of desperation. You're climbing with purpose. The right tree aligns with your talents, your values, your passions. It's where your energy feels like it's replenished rather than just being drained. It just feels like, man, I know the feeling. It's like it feels real authentic. I had the pleasure of going out to eat with my brother Daquan about, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. But one of the things we was conversing about and we kept saying to each other, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I'm going to say to you, don't be afraid to move on. Keep going. Life is way too short to continue to bark up the wrong tree. Again, whether it's relationship, a career, or personal goals, don't be afraid to step back, reevaluate, and start fresh. Remember this. It's not failure to change direction. It's wisdom. And sometimes all the time, from my experience, from my life, from what I've witnessed, most of the time, man, the greatest success comes from not chasing what you think you want, but from discovering what truly matters. So it's okay to take a step back and ask yourself, am I barking up the wrong tree? And if you are, it's never too late to climb down and find the right one. My check engine light just came on. I'ma whip it still. $1 and a dream and I'm behind on bills. From the mud to merch. Hey man, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Listen, subscribe, like it. Look, do that for me. Like it. Hey man, y'all welcome to the Project Porch.